Good morning, everybody. We are going to be jumping into day 2 of our direct object pronouns. Happy Friday. We made it through our first full week of online learning. I hope things continue to go well. I'm starting to get this figured out. I hope you feel like we're getting into a routine. I'll try to make most days pretty similar. The video, a short presentation, and then a practice activity. I know that these are hard times and you guys have a lot going on at home, whether parents are working and you're taking care of siblings or extra responsibilities. So I understand. I've been trying to put a little bit later due dates on a lot of my assignments, but understand that even if I have a due date set, that's really just to try and keep you on track. I'm flexible. Most of your teachers are flexible about when you get stuff done. Okay, so I appreciate that some of you have emailed me, but don't worry about it too much. I'm not like marking it down late or anything like that. So just do your best. I just don't want you to get super behind and then overwhelmed. So try and do a little bit every single day if possible. But I have noticed that some of the participation is going down. I understand that some of you are having a hard time finding motivation, and I get that. But just keep fighting through it and doing your best. Okay. We are meeting as a staff today to talk about grading and the future and what that's going to look like. So I don't know. We'll find out more today, and you'll hear more about it next week. And I'm curious to see what the district has come up with for our future plan. But whether or not we choose to grade anything, I'm not super concerned about it. I understand it's a big motivating factor for some of you, but my message has always been, especially in a foreign language, that the learning is way more important than the grade. It really is. If you are taking Spanish and you actually want to learn the language, it's not about whether you get an A, a B, a C, or a D, or an F, um, but it's about what you retain and what you're able to use and practice. Okay, so keep that in your mind. That just continuing to learn Spanish is the most important thing right now. All right. I'm going to share my screen. We're quickly going to look at direct object pronouns one more time. And then we are, oopsies, and then we are going to look at today's activity. Should not take me too long to get this all pulled up. Okay. So our presentation, I'm going to skim through this. Direct object pronouns. You need to know the different parts of a sentence. All right. So we have our subject, our verb, and our direct object. I eat crickets. Mr. Panko teaches Spanish. Subject, verb, direct object. Okay. The direct object or the subject is the person doing the action. The verb is the action, what they are doing. And then the direct object is the thing directly affected by the verb. What are we eating? Crickets. What are we teaching? Spanish. What are we watching? Television. What are we playing? Basketball. Who is he helping? Her. Okay. I have them all laid out here in a couple Spanish examples. Los hombres comen hamburguesas. Yo veo el perro y mi tía compra un suéter. What is she buying? A sweater. What do I see? The dog. All right. We also have them in English. We say it and them. Do you have the books? Yes, I have them. The big difference between Spanish and English is that you'll notice that our direct object pronouns in English come after our verb. Yes, I have them. Okay. However, in Spanish, they come before our verb. We'll take a look at that in 1 second. So for now, we're practicing with 4 different direct object pronouns. They are, yeah, they are lo, la, los, and las. And which one of these depends on the type of direct object we have. If it's a masculine singular object like el libro, we're going to replace it with lo. If it's feminine singular like la revista, we use la. If it's masculine and plural, los, or feminine and plural, las. Okay? So here's a couple of examples. Again, I have the chart up there for you. Get myself out of the way. There you go. ¿Tienes el libro? Do you have the book? Remember, in English, we would say, yes, I have it. It would come at the end of the sentence. However, in Spanish, the direct object pronoun is replaced before the verb. So it would kind of sound like, yes, it I have. Sí, lo tengo. Do you see the boys? In English, we'd say, yes, I see them. However, in Spanish, it goes before the verb. We say, sí. Them, I see. Sí, los veo. ¿Compras frutas frescas? Sí, las compro cada día. Do you buy fresh fruit? Yes, them I buy every day. Okay, of course we don't translate it that way, but in a direct translation in terms of sequencing, that's what it looks like. Okay, I have 2 new slides for today because we're going to need to know this during today's practice activity. So people and animals can be direct objects as well. We can see that right here. ¿Ves los chicos? Do you see the boys? What do you see? The boys. Okay. So if you see El Chico or a guy's name or El Señor Panco, it's still masculine singular. It's a male and it's one person. So we use lo. All right. So don't overthink it. Just like this pen, la pluma, if we say la chica, they're both feminine singular objects. It's goofy, but I hope that it makes sense to you. Okay. With that being said, if we have a group of people like los chicos, or if we have 2 names, that's 2 or more people, or ustedes, we use los, or if we have a group of girls, las chicas, or 2 names, we use las. Okay. So that's the new information for today. I am going to now exit this presentation and walk you through today's practice activity. All right. So if you go into Schoology, you're going to extended virtual learning, semana 3, and then today is lección 3, el 24 de abril, and I'm asking you to complete this worksheet in Kami. Okay. Open with Kami, and I'll show you what we have to do. Okay. In the first section, you're going to be color coding. Okay, we're going to be identifying different parts of the sentence. So it'll look like this. So we're only doing 2 parts, parte A y parte B. Okay. So in part 1, you have to color code the subject, the verb, and the object. Okay, so what I'm going to do a box highlighter. So I went over here to mark up box highlighter. I'll do the subject in yellow. I'll do the verb in blue, and I'll do the direct object in purple. Okay, so I recommend just going through and doing these all one at a time. So I'll do the direct object. Ellos miraron la televisión. They watched the TV. What did they watch? Ooh, television. Okay. ¿Encontraste el boleto? Did you find the ticket? What did you find? The ticket. Okay, so go through and identify the direct object. Notice you will not always have a verb and a subject. For example, number 2, there's no subject given, because remember in Spanish, the subject and the verb can be together in one word. So the subject here is technically tú. Tú, or encontraste tú el boleto. But in number 1, we're given an explicit subject and the verb and the direct object. Okay. Then you need to answer the question using a direct object pronoun. So number 1, it says, ellos miraron la televisión. Okay. So instead of saying they watched TV, we want to say they watched it. Okay. So la televisión is, make this a little bit bigger, is feminine and singular. So I'm going to replace it with la. Ellos la miraron. They watched it. Okay. It makes a little bit more sense, I think, in number 2 with a question. Did you find the ticket? There's no reason to say the ticket again. If you're answering the question, or if you're asking the question a different way, it would be, did you find it? Okay. So we would say, el boleto is masculine and singular, so we would say lo. Lo encontraste? All right. Beautiful. So in the top section, we're just rewriting the statement using a direct object pronoun. In parte B, you are now answering the question. This is when it makes more sense, I think, because direct object pronouns are typically used with questions. Do you have your sunglasses? There's no reason to say, yes, I have my sunglasses. You can say, yes, I have them. Okay? So, anteojos is masculine and plural. Therefore, you would use los. Do you have your, this actually should say tus. This is an error. ¿Tienes tus anteojos? Sí, los tengo. I have them. All right. Let's look at número dos. ¿Escribes las composiciones? Are you writing the papers? And you say, yes, I'm writing them. Okay. Because las composiciones is feminine and plural, we would use las. Si las escribo. All right. So very, very simple. That is today's activity. If you need any help, shoot me an email. I'll do my best to help you. If you want to Zoom for a little bit better explanation, that would be wonderful. So highlight the parts of the sentence, replace the direct object in the second part, and then answer the question using your direct object pronouns. When you're all done, click turn in the top right corner, and you click turn in one more time, and you are all done. Thank you so much for following along today. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much to those that are continuing to work and to learn and ask questions. It's really motivating for me. When I think about putting the lesson together, I think about all of you guys that are turning things in and continuing to learn Spanish. So thank you so much for doing that. I hope you guys have a good weekend. And next week we'll have an update on the future of our plans. Okay. Love you guys. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.